Council meeting of June 12th, 2018. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Place your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
Nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you call the roll for the Inglewood City Council, the Parking Authority? Come to order. The successor agency, the Housing Authority, the Finance Authority, and the Park.
A quorum is present for Inglewood City Council, successor agency, Housing Authority, Finance Authority, and Parking Authority.
Okay, it says here we have a recognition of the birthday of volunteers. Let's see. We say we have a certificate, but I don't see it. Okay, okay, could we bring the... All right. Yes to me, right. Thank you. Okay. So we have certificates of appreciation. First one is to Sabrina Miller, in recognition of your outstanding leadership and support of the La Tierra Debutantes and Jensen Ambassador Community Group at the City of Inglewood Earth Day Jazz Festival on April 21st, 2018. Then we also have certificates to the following persons in recognition of their untiring efforts and support on April 21st, 2018 at the City of Inglewood's Earth Day Jazz Festival. We have one for Ruby Aravala, Marcia Gustavus, Carrie Sandoval, Malia Mijares, Andre Ragos, Cameron Giles, Elijah Charles, Keziah Charles, Isaiah Charles, I see a theme here, Kevin Mybet, and Quincy Jenkins. So can all those recipients go over by the city seal so we can give you your certificates and take a picture? And these are all La Tierra students.
This gentleman gave me this.
Now, is Miss Devin Mitchell here of GKK? Oh, so you're like the substitute? Yes. We don't accept any substitutes here in Inglewood. All right. I'd like to invite your name, sir? Javon Nabili from Penner Construction? GKK. Oh, GKK Works. How brief will your presentation be, sir? I like this guy. Go right ahead.
I will invite Justin, Penner Construction. Good afternoon. My name is Justin Davis with Penner Construction, and with me today is Giovanni Bili with GKK Works, Canon Design. Mayor Butts, you were recently quoted in stating, success is achieved when a community of people work together, and I'm glad and proud to be a part of that team that did just that for the Inglewood Senior Center. Our team members, of course, the City of Inglewood, Gordon Anderson, Sabrina Barnes, Arjinder Singh, Gwen Pugh, Urban Studio, and Civil Source, Penner, GKK Works, and of course the Inglewood Senior Center Advisory Committee, and the many community members that we're thankful to see again here today. Appreciate the opportunity. And I'd also like to thank the council for selecting the right delivery method for this type of project, design build. That type of project delivery method gives us the flexibility to work through a lot of intricate details required to have a successful project like the Senior Center.
Again, my name is Javon Nabili. I'm a principal in charge of the design studio for GKK Work. We were honored and we were delighted to be part of such an exciting project, working with the community. That's a part of architectural service that we really enjoy, working with the community, especially with seniors, to making sure that we design the facility that really home away from home, warm, inviting facilities, and staying with the vision that the seniors have and the community have for this facility. Next. As you mentioned, here is about we had to go to very expedited schedule in order to meet the goal, but we did not compromise any quality as far as what the vision that the community has. Next slide. This is about two-story facility, about 36,000 square feet with two-level parking. And as you notice, that is very much open, inviting. There's a lot of natural lights that coming to the facility. It's really become a focal point for the seniors. Also, it shows the inside. It's a open, multi-purpose, very, very delightful, a lot of natural light. Also give them a flexibility for any activity, dining, community event, dancing. Also classrooms, library. We had some other activities, the team meetings that we create the space for. And also exercise, gym, nutrition. The wellness center has become a kind of part of wellness center. Next. And celebrating the heritage of Inglewood. The art was part of this facility, and we have a designated area to really show that what the history of the Inglewood is about. And we do have a slide, we have a video that was presented at the Design Build Institute of America, DBIA, in San Diego, and I would like to share with you.
Congratulations to the design build team of Penner Construction and GKK Works. The new Inglewood Senior Center has been a highly anticipated project for the city for almost 11 years and will be the focal point of social services for the residents of Inglewood. Delivered using a progressive design build method, the team worked together to successfully create a warm and friendly home away from home for seniors.
I hope this has been the shortest you.
You know, I'm wanting to go longer now. It was so beautiful. And let me tell you something. I'm going to let the council speak if they choose to, but I have to tell you that I have studied senior centers throughout California, and I would tell you that my research shows this to be the largest at 35,000 square feet and the most opulent and diverse senior center in this state. Did an outstanding job. All the teams, design teams, Gordon Anderson, Harjinder Singh, the city manager, everybody that was involved, Sabrina Barnes. it's a monument, and in keeping with the traditions that have been set in the city for its new rebirth. You know, we started with the Willie Agee Playhouse, and we continued on. So thank you guys very much.
So we received two, as Gordon mentioned. The first is the Award of Distinction, which celebrates the successful analysis of design-build strategies resulting in a unique application of teaming to exceed the owner's needs. And the other is for the design excellence for achieving an owner's overall aesthetic and functional vision through outstanding design.
Well, I think that's worth a picture, so if you guys would go over to the city seal, we'll go over and take a picture. Public comment. Any persons wishing to address City Council, the successor agency, the Housing Authority, Finance Authority, Parking Authority, on any item of today's agenda may do so at this time. Okay, hearing no comment. Oh. Okay.
My name is Diane Sombrano, and it's interesting to hear all that talk about caring so much about the community, and yet one of the major meetings having to do with what's going to be running through our community is being held at Playa Vista. I don't know how we plan on including our community in that. But moving right along, I'm looking for the number. There it is, 01. I would hope that everyone takes the opportunity to look at that entire salary schedule. I find some things that are major frustrating in it because in this small community, we actually propose charging our seniors $5 to park in the senior center. I'm assuming because we need the money to pay some of these salaries. That seems kind of excessive. We have a lot of properties in our community that have not been loved and cared for many, many years, and yet it seems like we have some significant salaries here that probably are not in line if anyone does their independent research without checking to see what this particular body keeps on repeating. If we do our own research, you'll find that they are significantly out of line. Now, I'm also going to say, yes, I am here to address this. And keeping in mind that last meeting, someone suggested that the meetings are of different times based on my lack of planning. I don't think so. What you do should be for this entire community, whether or not I am here, present, or not. And that turning around of conversation leaves me very little belief that our police officers in certain communities actually hold for the truth, but turn it around to suit their own needs.
Well, with that, we'll close public comment. Item 1, CSA 1 and H1.
Move allow payment.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Chairman Butts.
Aye. Consent calendar items 2 through 10.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. 01.
Staff report recommending introduction of an updated salary ordinance for the fiscal year 2017 and 18.
Motion to waive further reading?
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
I introduce.
02.
Staff report recommending an introduction of an ordinance reducing the hours of the operation and enforcement of the parking meters located on Crenshaw and Imperial Branch Library parking lot.
Motion to waive further reading.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
I introduce.
A1.
Thank you, Mayor. No oral reports from the city attorney's office.
DM1.
Mayor, no oral report from the city manager's office.
CC1.
No reports. Thank you, Mayor.
CT1.
Monthly treasurer's report for the month ending March 31st, 2018.
Receive and file. CT2. Any oral reports, City Treasurer?
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to give a brief oral report. As of April the 30th, 2018, and the funds under management for the city of Inglewood is $107,106,079, and the gross investment interest earnings to service debt, $2,203, and the gross investment interest earnings for the city of Inglewood was $204,846. Successor agency, $61,206,039 under management, and the gross investment interest earning to service debt is $30,681. Housing Authority, $102,843. Interest earning $382. Public financing, $12,508,574, and the gross investment interest earning to service debt, $6,902. Total cash and investments under management is $180,923,535. And again, there are copies of the report on the table outside that you can review at your leisure. And also would like to mention that I was invited to speak at the Los Angeles Urban Financial Services Coalition that was held in Briarwood on June the 2nd to speak at their 34th scholarship annual breakfast. They have been giving out scholarships for 34 years, and they're certain to be congratulated from that. And our own Betty Griffin invited me to speak at that event, who has participated in my City Church Student Intern program for almost the last 9 years. And also would like to mention that I also attended this morning's press briefings for the future home of the Los Angeles Clippers. It was a well-attended event and enjoyed that. That concludes my comments.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer. CSA 2.
Approval of the minutes for the successor agency meeting held on May 8th, 2018.
Move approval?
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Successor agency members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. CSA 3.
Monthly treasurer's report for the month ending March 31st, 2018.
Receive and file will adjourn the successor agency. The Housing Authority is already in session. H2.
Approval of the minutes for the Housing Authority meeting held on May 8th, 2018.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Housing Authority members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin. Chairman Buds.
Aye. H3.
Monthly treasurer's report for the month ending March 31st, 2018.
Receive and file. HSPH 4.
Staff report requesting that a public hearing be set to consider the Inglewood Housing Authority fiscal year 2018-19 annual plan.
Set the public hearing for June 26, 2018 at 2 p.m. Will adjourn the Housing Authority. The Finance Authority is already in session. F1.
Approval of the minutes for the Finance Authority meeting held on May 8th, 2018.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Finance Authority members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. F2.
Monthly treasurer's report for the month ending March 31st, 2018.
Receive and file will adjourn the Finance Authority. The Parking Authority is already in session. P1.
Approval of the minutes for the Parking Authority held on May 8th, 2018.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Parking Authority members, Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye, we'll adjourn the Parking Authority. Public comments. Any person wishing to address the council on any matter connected with city business not elsewhere considered on the agenda may do so at this time. 1 minute. Hopefully, Mr. Parker, this is city business.
Always city business.
Okay.
Money grubbing suckers. It's more money than you can shake a stick at, and you keep running from it. Alfonso Parker Jr., you used 5 seconds of mine. I'm better in 66, 67. Conscious objector. Well, as you know by now, I've been here a long time. I've had people approach me, question my credentials. I am. I've always said from the get-go, my name is and where I come from. Make no mistake about it. Harris, Mayor, you're engaged in treason. When you sit here and make the statement that what I said, what's done to veterans at this level, that is a problem up there. Everything in this country, the United States, according to the Constitution, starts with the people, which includes you, especially you as an elected official. You were involved in collaboration, denying veterans their benefits from day one. And you all need to be tried for treason. Civilians as well.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. We're at time. Mr. Parker, we're at time.
Go to jail. And you're going. I just hope with
Mr.
the problems I got as a Vietnam veteran. I'll
Mr.
get to
Parker,
see it.
we're at time. Okay. Yeah. Is there any other public comment?
Council members, I don't know that most of this community was made aware that you had a meeting at 9:30 in the morning yesterday. That is not exactly giving the public adequate information about what you were going to do with that. You allowed somebody else to be on our city-owned property in order to have a press conference that benefited your friends and your family. All of the arrangement that you make with someone who wants to do something without following the law and at the expense of this community is not appropriate. That's unfortunate that you have chosen to come here, apparently for a short period of time, get what you can and move on without considering how negatively your decisions of the 5 of you affect the residents of this community who put their lives and their homes here because you want what? Tickets, fame, fortune? Might want to read Chronicles, those of you who claim to go to church.
Okay. We'll close public comment. Are there any council comments before we adjourn?
Yes.
Councilman Dotson, District 1.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. I want to congratulate the mayor on his award, Quiet Champion. This award was given to him by Holman Community Development Corp. And this is all about the children. Jobs for kids, youth employment, and job readiness, as well as training. We need more of those, and we need more people like Mayor Butts who give to the kids. I mean, to me, that's what we're all about. We set the example, and the kids follow. So congratulations, Mayor, on that award. And I'd like to say that I too, went to the Clippers press conference this morning, and I am so proud that Mr. Balmer has decided to spend his money here in Inglewood. There's no tax-based dollars going into that development. It's all his money. He had a choice. He could have took it to anywhere he wanted to. He chose Inglewood. That, to me, is a feather in our cap. We didn't court him or do anything. He decided this is where he wanted to be. So, I don't like the idea we put out that we're costing the city money, because we are not costing the city any money. And our job is to make the best decisions for the city, and I think that's one of the good ones. Thank you very much for coming. Have a great week.
Thank you, Councilman Dodson. They knew that you were going to go under time. They didn't even put the clock up on you. You know that?
They will now.
But believe me, it's coming up now. Councilman Padilla, District 2.
Ideas on, here we go. See, hey, I want my 30 seconds back. So, no, you know what? It was a great, great community event this morning. It just goes to show you that Inglewood's on the move for all the right reasons. And when you can get somebody like Balmer to bring the Clippers and do all that he's doing here to piggyback the other success that we have going, then we're doing something right. And so we're fortunate to be in a community that supports our decisions and that is headed in the right direction. I also want to thank everyone that came out to support back on June the 2nd, our American Cancer Society Relay for Life. Again, these are great community events that just shows folks that we can come together. On a side note, I want to thank those folks that participated with the Padilla raffle, as we call it. Odess was a big winner, his kid won a bicycle, so congratulations on that one, Odess. And we raised just over $2,000 on just the raffle alone. So thank you all for coming out to support the raffle. This past Saturday, I had an opportunity to go to the opening of the first of, I think it's 3 or 4 classes. Brian, is that right, on the CERT training? And Brian Walker, who's in the back of the room, is our emergency services manager, who's putting together this training along with the LA County Fire Department. And it was a great turnout of community residents that are preparing themselves in the event of a disaster, so that they'll be able to help each other out, their family, their neighbors, and their friends. So again, Brian, thank you for putting that together. This coming Thursday, I know it's short notice, but if you get a chance, Thursday we're doing a taco with the cop. It's a little bit different. It's usually coffee with the cop. But go figure, I'm gonna do taco with the cop.
Oh, boy,
And so-
stereotypical Padilla, stereotypical.
And but it's an opportunity to come out. It'll be at Jose's Mexican Grill, which is at 510 North La Brea, right across from Astro Burgers. A chance to come out and interact with our police officers, get to know the officers that are out there on the beat where the rubber meets the road, so you can get to know them and have a little bit of a conversation. The mayor and the council members will also be there to meet with you, as well as Chris Jackson, Jerry Tucker, and other folks from the city staff that'll be available as well. Again, it's just an opportunity to engage with the community and to also thank our police officers for putting their life on the line every single day. With that, thank you, and we'll see you Thursday night.
Thank you, Councilman Franklin, District 4.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I find it amazing for residents that have lived in the District 4 area for years, failing to recognize the benefits of what goes on with economic development. We're not Mayberry anymore. And to realize that we've had over 15+ acres of undeveloped land owned by the city and the successor agency and getting 0 tax dollars for it. Now we have an opportunity where a developer is willing to come with his own money, no cost to the residents, to bring in job opportunities, great opportunities on which we can now get rid of the blight that has been a location primarily for the homeless and for the illegal dumping. Then we're now finally getting something of the state of the art. And that person is still not embracing development. That same person across the street from their house has a center park, the only park in District 4 that was a re-grand opening just recently happened. And even today when I drove by there, there was well over 100 to 150 people using that park.
all because we as this council identified, we reached out to the funding sources, we reached out to staff who knows how to get grant money and proposition money to be able to improve the quality of life of the city of Inglewood. And my heart and thanks goes out to the city staff and this council for identifying that we can see the future. And as we continue to see the future, we continue to do what, as we've always said, teamwork makes the dream work. And I welcome to be part of the city of Inglewood. Have a blessed day. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Morales,
Thank
District
you.
3.
And just, it's funny, Ralph and I, we talk about it a lot in terms of how our parks are getting used nowadays. You know, things are changing. We have been spreading out some of our resources. I talk about how some of the sports are coming back to some of the parks that it just wasn't getting used. And I'll tell you that the neighborhoods themselves are enjoying the positive traffic that's coming in. There are parents dropping off kids. There's kids there all afternoon. Ralph was talking about the new track and the canopies that are out there. Man, I mean, the community is changing for the positive, and whoever chooses not to see it, they just choose not to see it. This morning we had the opportunity to attend the press conference that the Clippers brought forward for the CEQA streamlining. You know, people that are against it are going to make it look like a CEQA exemption, like the Clippers aren't going to fulfill the CEQA requirements. All it is a streamline that everybody else got in the last 10 years in terms of building stadiums. But here's the situation that we're in. I mean, progress doesn't come without some pushback. When we first adopted our last $18 million of redevelopment money for the forum, there was significant pushback, significant question, significant challenges. Then came the stadium. The stadium had significant pushback, significant challenges. Those are things that were overcome for progress. You must make those steps. This is just another one. This is just another step that we're going to take for that progress. So I personally am very proud of the fact that I'm on the council while these changes are being made. These are going to impact the city for a very long time. We will be questioned about it. That's okay. You know, our position up here allows us to make a decision, and we just need to be able to do the right thing and live with it. That's it. So I'm very proud of that. Last week, I want to thank actually the Parks and Rec program, Ms. Sabrina Barnes and Teresa Estrada, and all the teachers from the preschool program. I have to say that our preschool program here at the parks is extremely affordable for what you're getting. Our teachers are very much appreciated by the parents. They love our preschools. Not just Inglewood residents come out and drive out to our preschools. I hear there are people from Hawthorne, some people from LA introduce themselves, and that's kind of a badge of credit to the teachers we have and to the program we run. So I want to thank you for that, and we attended, the mayor was there also for the preschool graduation. And outside of that, I think I'm good, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. This weekend, I attended a fundraiser for the funeral services of a toddler named Julian, and I don't have his last name with me right now, at 3830 West 107th Street. And there were probably 150 people there. Neighbors, instead of open a GoFundMe page, they all cooked, and then they sold tickets for people to buy and eat, and I went and ate, and I just wanted to tell you that it was such a heartwarming show of community support for a couple that lost their toddler to cancer. And I am continually chagrined when I hear certain people come and talk about what we're doing to the city. The city, I've been involved with the city of Inglewood since 1972. It's about 46 years. I've seen the Alpha, I've seen the Omega, and I've seen us rise to the Alpha again. And this city has never been in a situation like this. And it's not just due to the mayor and the city council, it's due to these employees that we have here. I mean, when you just think about these things for 2018, in 2018, we're negotiating with Verizon to make us the first 5G network city in Southern California. There are only two other places, in Philadelphia and in Sacramento. In 2020, the NFL Network will leave Culver City to come to Inglewood, California. In 2019, the LA Philharmonic will have signed a development agreement or started work on a $14 million renovation of the old Security Bank building that was a Burger King, and most lately was an Amen building. Melanie McDade and Royce Jones are working on that development agreement. This year in April, we had the greatest Earth Day ever, in Angela William and Joy Aldridge. They put that together. I used to think the Gardena Jazz Festival was the deal. No, the deal is Earth Day, and that's for two Inglewood employees that did that. In 2017, the Girl Scouts of the United States, they bought the VFW building on North La Brea, and they intend to remodel that 4,000 square foot building and move their regional headquarters from Marina Del Rey to Inglewood, California. In 2022, of course, we have Super Bowl 54. In 2023, we have the NC2A National Championship Bowl game will be played in Inglewood. In 2024, as we talked about today, the Clippers will open the most modern, state-of-the-art NBA arena in the world in Inglewood, California. We're negotiating for 2025 for FIFA to bring a World Cup championship soccer game to Inglewood. In 2028, as we know, the Olympics will hold their World Games opening ceremony here, and by then they'll probably hold basketball here as well. We're negotiating right now, I think I said, with Verizon right now for our 5G network. For anyone to say that we're doing something to the city of Inglewood, yes, we are doing something to the city of Inglewood. We have these great employees that are doing things to the city of Inglewood. In the back, we have Brian Walker. He's our emergency services manager. He's taking a program that was dormant. He worked with me at the Los Angeles World Airport System. He was an assistant chief for me there, and he is doing a magnificent job of getting our house in order for all these great things, because we have to have emergency plans. We have a new safety supervisor in the city, and that's Emery Ward. He's the big guy. He's my bodyguard, standing there in the back. He's a guy bigger than me. And he is putting together plans so that this city hall will be safer and more secure, so everybody can't just walk into every office and do what they want to do. I want to spend a special amount of time with Cinder Eller. Cinder Eller works for the police department, and she's a civilian, and she does everything. And she takes care and manages our homeless population. She has such a heart, and she places women and children with no place to go. She helps the men that are long-term squatters. So it isn't just the big things that we do well. We do everything well because we have these employees that care. And I want them to know that we don't pay any attention to people that search for amorphous negative things. There is no city in the United States of America that is doing the things that Inglewood does. In 8 of the next 10 years, there will be events here that garner international attention. International attention. So we must be doing something right. So I just want to thank all the employees. I didn't get to mention everybody because there's so much to be done. I mean, Sabrina Barnes, working with Gordon Anderson, working with Harjinder on that senior center, you know, that jewel of California. It's here in Inglewood, California. So many things in one place. I'm sorry, that's no accident, folks. So thank you, everybody, and with that, we're adjourned.